So when this operated as a hotel, the owner of the hotel would typically hire someone to run the day-to-day here, and they would live in, and if they had a family, they live maybe on this side. So that's why they have the staircase with two wings at the top. So we decorated this as a Victorian master bedroom. All of this is handmade furniture from the Victorian period. I think the oldest piece is the cradle.
These are authentic pieces.
Yes. Wow. The cradle was handmade in around 1840. Wow. There's a
1840.
Wow. This piece is like from the 1870s or so. It's Bavarian, hand-carved Bavarian rocker with those swans. It's something.
That took a lot of work by somebody to sit there and do that. Wow.
Yeah. So all the pieces here are handmade.
I see that sprinkler system, so hopefully it never burned down again.
Right, that's right. They have really high ceilings. They had high ceilings back then. High doorways, high ceilings, even though people were shorter.
Right. More grandeur.
Yeah, that might be part of it. And then this could be a guest bedroom, or it's also kind of set up as a child's playroom. So you see a lot of antique toys here.
And actually the rooms are pretty big.
They are big.
Back in that day, if you had a cabin, the cabin was only the size. That whole room would be a cabin.
Right. Yeah, our pioneer house.
Right, right.
This is the parlor. So this would be used by the family. Might use this as their parlor, little sitting room. You'd be pretty lucky in this area if you could afford an organ like this, but it shows you like that. But it's for talking, reading, knitting, whatever you want to do. And then it was popular in the Victorian age. If you had a big room, sometimes is you use curtains or partitions to break the room up, and you could create a temporary little room over here.
Sure.
So they could have, here a little tea party or whatever they've set up here.
Interesting. I like that.
But you get a good feel for it. It's a small room, but I think I'd hang out in this room. It's a nice, cozy
Back in the
place.
day, this was big. Like I said, and a cabin wasn't much bigger than this.
You're right.
A whole family.
You had to have a separate room like this.
Six kids and lived in a family. We've been to many cabins, and they're not much bigger than that room.
Yeah,
you're right. The entire family lived there.
And then the last little room here on the left is a nursery, of course. And old antique iron bed crib there, and they tried to, when they rebuilt it, try to match wallpaper really good or get wallpaper from that period, and it's quite an effort with the architect, interior designer, and then our folks. Cool. Yeah, and old shoes and blocks and stroller and high chair.
It's nice that they could keep a piece of history.
Yeah. Because it really, none of us were there, but this to me feels like what it was.
Right.
It really was.
But too bad the original had to burn down.
Yeah.
So this is the original building.
And when the kids come through, we always tell them about chamber pots. About chamber pots because then there was no running water, no bathrooms here.
Although they might have an outhouse, right? Where
they had an outhouse, but at night, that's not where you want to go with the snakes and things. So that's the chamber pot here. Usually it would be under your bed, and you throw it out in the morning. And then this is a little kid's chamber pot.
Oh, and
so when young ones come on our tour, they love the chamber pots. So when we go in different rooms, they're always looking for them. I tell them about it, they laugh, and then they then they sometimes say, "Well, I'm sure lucky I didn't have to do that." But anyway,
doesn't sound
those are the chamber pots. And then once the group gets up here, if you want to go downstairs to your right, you can see the downstairs area with patio.